your feet, we're gonna vibe all night. Welcome to the show. It's T with P. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo tea. Come in on the late show. Sing it on teen and hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With who's that you be man. T with Pizza Spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo tea. Come in on the late show. Sing it on teen and hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With who's that you be man. T with Pizza Spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome back, listen us to our cozy nook. Where the beats go like pages in a favorite book. Settling, feel the rhythm in every hook. Tonight's the night, let's dance and cook. You have a great time, make yourself at home. In this rhythmic zone, where the melodies from. See with peace the legs are where the music keeps you warm. Join the jam, find your peace in the storm. Welcome to the groove, it's tea with me tonight. Feel the reggae flow, let it make the world right. Come and find your comfort, you meet each other's right. With every track we spin, you take you to new heights. It's our place to chill, with rhythm that enchants. Join us the moment, let's give you all the chance. Come up the sweet serenades, let the music dance. Open up in my brain time, as we're all in action. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo tea. Come in on the late show. Sing it on teen and hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With who's that you be man. T with Pizza Spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo tea. Come in on the late show. Sing it on teen and hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibes so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With who's that you be man. T with Pizza Spot. The best in podcast land. Hey, good night, folks. It's time to unwind. Think favorite tracks. Leave your stress behind. Welcome to the show. This song was just for you. Be with peace, your groove. Where dreams is getting you. Come in on the late show. Sing it on teen and hope you're feeling bright. Cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy on the wine. With news that you demand. Tea with Pizza Spot. Leave your sweet podcast land.
Everyone has a story. Everyone has been through something that has changed them. So, never judge a person by the chapter you walked in on.
Hi, my name is Flora Sprout. You want some? This is Stash Blend. My mama always said Stash Blend is like a bag of magic. You just never know how your plants is gonna thrive.
My plants hurt.
I know the feeling. I used to have plants that struggle too. But then I found this Stash Blend. It's a special mix of nutrients that helps your plants grow strong and healthy. It's got all the good stuff. Beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, humic acid, and so much more. You just gotta sprinkle it inside your watering can and add it to your plants. It's that easy. Hey, give some a try. Your plants will feel better. Trust me, it's like magic, and it can go a long way. I remember my first plant. Boy, it struggled. But then I added a little Stash Blend, and it worked really good. My plants were so happy. I just went to stashblend.com and I ordered it, and it showed up, and I used it right away. Order your Stash Blend today.
Diamonds or pearls, and I don't wanna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Good evening. Welcome back. I hope you guys are well and warm, kicking it fly, baby, because we are broadcasting to all corners of the globe. It's time. Welcome to Tea with P, baby, where the T is beer and the P is me, and we are here to talk about all things nudes, culture, science, health, you name it. Nothing is off the table. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Happy Wednesday, guys. It is so great to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. We are back in the hot seat, same place we are every single Wednesday, except for the Wednesdays we have hockey. Mrs. P, couldn't do it without you. How you doing?
I'm good. I have no sound in my headphones, but I'm good.
No sound in the head. Can I get a little more snare in the headphone? A little more snare in the headphones. Good. Well, I'm glad you're here, Mrs. P. Shout out Mrs. P. She's out here doing her thing. She's running the P's and Q's in the back. I like to say I've got a producer, and I do. It's Mrs. P.
I like to call myself a producer.
Good. Yeah, works for the wages, earns the wages. That's what it's all about. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what are you smoking on? It's so good to see you guys, man. J Rats, what's up, man? B Williams, Tina, 702 Exotics, Thurgood, what's up, man? Can of Combos, yo, what's up, Sly? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Agabla, good to see you. Curly Green, what's up? Blankster's in the house. Roger Allen, what's up, brother? Idiom, good to see you too, man. Good to see you, brother. How you been? Say that 420 buds, bro. How you doing, man? Good to see everybody pulling up here, man. Good to see everybody pulling up. Guys, if this is your first time stopping by, thank you for joining. Welcome to the flock. This is, it's my weekly podcast. It's kind of the place where I talk about everything under the sun in regards to cannabis, world events, social, cultural, you name it. I like to dive into it, and we're going to do it here. But before I get too started, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons, man. You guys are the shit. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're seeing your name at the bottom of the screen right now, I think you're an absolute legend, and I want to thank you for supporting this show. We are crowd-funded and dream-driven, and thanks to our patrons, they make that possible for us. If you would like to sign up for Patreon, go to patreon.com/pigeons420. We're offering live grow classes. We have, you can check some behind-the-scenes content, access to old grow videos, access to new grow videos, access to my social media life, because that's really where I post everything going on. But yeah, check that out, patreon.com/pigeons420. Thank you guys for pulling up. As I get settled in here, I kind of realized that, this is a much better setup. Everything's just right here at my disposal. I'm smoking on some donkey butter, you said, Mrs. P?
Yep.
Donkey butter. Smoking on some donkey butter today. What are you guys smoking on? We got a great show in store for you tonight. I'm talking great show, as a matter of fact. We got a ton of things to talk about. But before I get in too far, I want to give a huge shout out to Hi Again. Hi Again got their original Instagram channel back.
No way.
At least
awesome.
maybe not the original one, but one of the big ones. So
Nice.
yeah,
Good for them.
Yeah, show it to Hi Again, man. We appreciate you. I'm glad to hear that you guys got your stuff back. Trump is in. What does that mean for cannabis? We're going to be diving into that. Is there going to be an executive order? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Also, it looks like LMC has got a little bit of online drama. I'm going to dive into that. And so much more. All of that, and so much more coming up with T with P. We got a wonderful guest tonight, too. One that I'm not sure you guys might have heard of. Mr. ROB CLTV. That's my guy. Yep. Shout out to him. He's going to be joining us at the top of the next hour for a quality conversation on everything under the sun in regards to weed and well, it's a crazy and exciting time, actually, especially with a new election, or not election, but a new presidency, and maybe dive into the world of crypto and so much more with my good friend Mr. ROB CLTV. We're going to be chatting about that and so much more, including smoking this wonderful bowl after these messages.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear.
Hi, I'm Pigeons 420. Will you be an angel for an abused plant? Every day, innocent plants are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're calling for your help. Please visit stashblend.com today and join the nation in helping abused plants get an 8-ounce bag of Stash Blend. That's just $27.70 or 96 cents per day. You'll be helping rescue plants from their abusers and provide nutrition, beneficial bacteria, mycorrhizae, and love. You'll help rescue plants from their abusers. Call or join now, and you'll receive a welcome kit of a photo of a dude impacted by your decision. Order now and change a life.
Bring it. Pya! Bring it in. Oh, hi. Hi, friends. Cheers, my friends. I wanted to save this rip for once you came back. Mrs. P was like, I thought we ran these videos so that you can rip. So before you... nope. Changing it up. Cheers, guys. I appreciate your faces. This rip's for you, all right? Donkey butter. Before I get too far into the news, I wanted to share with you guys a harvest that I've had. I harvested 3 of the 6 girls that I've got growing on right now over in my flower tent. I have harvested the Banana Jealousy 1. I've harvested the Peyote Skittles 1. And I harvested the Frosted Lemonade. And as a matter of fact, I actually took a couple pictures of the girls right before I did chop them, so I could kind of get an idea of what they had to offer. And if you checked out my Instagram, you probably seen one of these already. However, check this out. This is this beautiful girl. This is a Frosted Lemonade from Swank Genetics. And I just harvested this at 9.5 weeks, guys. 9.5 weeks. Oh. and I'm so happy with this. I actually managed to pull it out and get a little bit of a nose on it before I trimmed it, or before I put it into the before I put it into the dry tent. And she's given me a very, very peppery smell to her. I get like a woody kind of nose as well. So between the real pepper and the wood, she's really good. One thing that's really kind of hard to see, but it kind of comes off here, is like the trichomes are starting to, some of that purple is starting to leak into those trichomes, and yeah, it's a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful sight to see. Lots of milky in there. Got an array of amber trichomes kind of in here. It's looking fantastic. Very happy with this. But this is the Frosted Lemonade by Swank Genetics. Isn't she delightful? Oh. Also, I've got this is the Banana Jealousy. This one here, and I don't know how well that. It might be a little too bright.
It pulls up surprisingly well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is the Banana Jealousy number 1. Very happy with this one as well. Very frost covered. She's like ridden with frost. She's like very photo-esque. Very pretty. This one given a very gassy, very, very funky, kind of like a decaying smell to it. I really like the Banana Jealousy on this one. This is nasty weed. I love it. And as a matter of fact, actually, I think I managed to pull up. Let me see if I can find another one here. It was very sporadic. Oh no, it's not gonna be as easy to find. It was one of like the whole plant looked just stellar. I think it was this last one. Close. Try this one. No. Okay, well the focus isn't really all that great on this one. Yeah, go ahead. You can show us. This is kind of how she turned out. She's not as focused, but she gave me not the largest buds on her, but definitely gave me some nice, beautiful looking. I can't even call them golf balls. They're just so small. But stunner. If you want to check that out, I posted some pictures over on my Instagram. But with all that being said, it's been a very eventful time in the nudes over the course of the last 2 weeks. We weren't here last week because my boy does hockey, and we had a hockey game, and I think we kicked butt. Yeah, we did. It was a nail biter. We only won by 1.
Yeah, we should have won by like 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolute nail biter. But yeah, we won, and it was a ton of fun.
It was better than the weekend hockey.
I'm glad I was able to. Oh yeah, the weekend hockey was nasty. Hey,
I was gonna say, not even the hockey itself, just everything surrounding it was a gong show. So for those that don't know, my boy plays hockey. We talk about it all the time, I guess, but he plays AAA hockey as well. And he got to go to this big tournament this weekend, and it was a shit show. I had to call 911 for an ambulance for a lady that slipped in the parking lot and dislocated her shoulder. And then not even halfway, like 3/4 of the way through the first period of the game we were in, one of the kids on the other team took a very unfortunate spill into the boards with one of our kids and slid his wrist. It was traumatic. Very, very traumatic.
There was a lot of blood. Thankfully, there was professionals on scene that were able to take things under control and get things stabilized. But holy jumpins, that'll be enough to get your blood flowing on a Sunday morning.
We also found out last night that he is okay. He's 100% okay, which I was very thankful for as a mom. Not what you want to see at a hockey game.
Yeah. He was okay. So that's
not great. To mention the first day of the tournament got canceled because every highway in the province was closed because of a blizzard.
Yeah, it was an incredible time. It was an incredible weekend. But that's the only thing that we're gonna miss this show for. Do we have a game next week?
We do.
So there's no show next week?
There's no show next week.
There's no show next week, guys. Just want to put that out there before we get too far into the show. I knew this, but I wanted to remind you guys.
I tried really hard when scheduling these games to avoid Wednesdays.
Mrs. P's the team manager. So, yeah.
But unfortunately, Wednesdays only worked for some people.
Oh, well. That's the way she goes. No tea next week. But before I go too far, before we start the nudes, I want to make sure that you guys know that we don't pre-record these shows. Medical High Power, good to see you, my friend. Shout out to everybody who's been around lately. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody who's been following me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/pigeons420. The streams have been growing. The fun over there has just been increasing. So thanks to everybody who's been coming along. It's just been so much fun. And I appreciate you guys for helping us grow, man. I appreciate it. We're doing some RP over there. We're doing some PUBG over there. We managed, actually, the biggest damn news of this show is that we got Mr. Grow It to start gaming with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now starting the FTS FPS gang. Damn.
No?
Damn. I had something. It was really good. It was going to be epic. But I was interrupted. No, so yeah, needless to say, huge shout out to Mr. Grow for playing games with Rob and I. It's fun. That's the real news. We can shut the show down. Shut her down, Alex. Shut her down, Tim. Okay? Alfred, go ahead. Back her up. We're good. We're going to shut her D. So yeah, good to see you. Monica's here. Bear's here. Tazarello's in the house. Good to see you, man. Automatic Beats is here. B. Williams. Blankster. Hello, friends. Blue Nose Grows. Good to see you. Nice hat, kid. Get the Leafs hat. And no way, you'd be all right. No. I would make a joke about picking a winning team and being a Bruins fan. I'll just smoke my weed. Cheers, friends.
They won the other night. First time in a while. I won't talk. I'm a Vegas fan. We're not doing too great either.
The Bruins are in a hell of a spot for a wild card, though. But anyways, that's enough. I get to say hi to Mrs. P over here every now and again. That's right, Double A.
Hello.
That's right. Shout out to Mr. Growit, expanding his knowledge by doing the DWC. Yep, he's a much greater man than me. I do not do new things well. Not well at all, actually. So he's much better at it than I am. Guys, without further ado, we got a purpose. We're going to get through the nudes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Canna News. All things culture, science, and health. Your one-stop shop for all things Canna News. So, first things first is the 48th president of the United States. Is that correct? Donald Trump?
Maybe.
I believe he was the 45th, 46th, 47th, if I'm not mistaken. Donald Trump, 47th president of the United States. He, leading up to the election, he said that he was in favor of seeing some kind of movement on the legalization of cannabis. And, well, people have asked, are we going to see a change in regards to cannabis policy under this new government? And there was actually talks the other day of an executive order being dropped on the first day of the presidency that would legalize or deschedule cannabis. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And there's actually an article that I have here that says that not only could it not happen, it's not possible. It's not possible. The Dales report states this.
I think we've had a lot of people that are thought leaders on administrative law and on the way things work. I know we saw a lot of big accounts yesterday saying that it was breaking. There's news of an executive order legalizing cannabis. We all know that you cannot fundamentally alter a law and take cannabis off of the CSA via an executive order. Doesn't exist, can't happen. Even if we wanted it to happen, it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So I think that was a social experiment by Elon Musk and by people in Trump's campaign to get large MAGA influencers to talk about cannabis, especially as it relates to cannabis legalization, and then measure social sentiment in real time. It was all too orchestrated. I think we've had...
So essentially, it states that you can't, the president can't move it based on the drug acts and the drug enforcement policy. The executive order would not have an effect on the descheduling of cannabis. But with that point aside, because it's just a minor one, but that point aside, people are kind of curious if there will be some kind of wavering. And just the other, 2 weeks ago, we had the story that we covered briefly about the Farm Bill being delayed another year. That's about all the kind of action we're going to see over the course of the next 4 years of presidency. We've seen that the DEA overrode the decision, or not overrode, but are delaying the decision to even deschedule cannabis in the first place. And so, I don't see that there'll be any movement in regards to cannabis. I do think that the Farm Bill will exist for at least another year. Will anything happen to the Farm Bill after that? There's this, I'm not sure. There is this article here that I'll cover. It says Farm Bill gets another 1 year delay, leaving hemp THC untouchable for now. Future of the U.S. hemp industry remains on the lines as lawmakers once again have placed a 5-year Farm Bill reauthorization package on the back burner and instead agreed to a 1 year extension in the final days of the current Congress. This was back in December. Congressional leaders in Washington released a 1,500-page spending bill on December 17th that intends to keep the federal government funded through March 14th to avoid a partial shutdown amid the looming deadline for the end of this week if they don't act. While the stopgap spending measure includes the final financial priorities under the divided government before Republicans take control of the Senate next month, remember this is last month, it also includes funding for several other legislative matters that lawmakers failed to address earlier this year. Specifically, that includes reauthorizing the Agriculture Improvement Act of 2018, the Farm Bill. So it's back on the burner. So what is the future of it? Well, this bill will come to renewal in a year. So that's going to have to be acted on. I expect it'll probably stay the same. I imagine it'll probably get another renewal, like the 5-year plan will just be continued. That would probably be the most movement, and only because it has to. But at this point, nothing else has to move. The government's not going to do anything until the banking sector gives its approval, and the government and the banking sector isn't going to do anything until the government gives its approval. So it's literally just in this kind of limbo of what's going to happen next. And I do of course want to see some kind of movement on the needle. People always say, "But Pigeons, you're a Canadian and you're legal up there. What does that have to do with you?" Yeah, but I also have 2 American businesses, and I'm part owner in 2 American businesses, and I have an American-owned product. So I do have some interest in what happens in south of the border. Now, besides that point, America is a huge influential nation in the world. The world acts when America acts. And for as long as let's face it, the international community only made cannabis illegal in the first place because of the pressure by the American government. If the American government continues to stay complacent on cannabis policy, so will the rest of the world. and Canada looks south of the border to shape its policy. So anyways, it's kind of a sticky situation. Low key, I kind of forgot what I was talking about, but the reality is that I don't see a whole lot changing in the next 4 years. I would like to be optimist about this, Optimist Prime, but I'm optimist about a lot of other things. This ain't one of them. The legalization of cannabis on the federal level in America doesn't seem bright for me. But that's my opinion, and I'm curious what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Are you hopeful? Will the Farm Bill mean that we need to keep moving the needle? Will 4 years from now seem like a very long time for people to change their minds and change their vote? I want to hear from you, and if you have that opinion or any opinion, you can hit me up at Pigeons420 over on X. That's where I do a lot of my conversation, a lot of my searching for news in regards to our plant, our product, and a discussion that's happening around it. And that's where I kind of came up with this next story. I was just surfing the nudes, and I found a post by I'm going to refer to him as an entrepreneur, kind of legacy grower turned legal, Be Easy. He's known for his products and his journey, and so he called out Luke LMC, and he said, and this is the tweet, and it reads, from Be Easy CEO, imagine basically beating me for $3,000 and asking me to delete my post yesterday, ? At Luke, at LMC, cross Luke, you owe me $3,000. When I get paid back, I'll stop posting about you. But then I'm letting everybody know you're a scammer and also officially ranked number 3 on my top 3 retards in the game. And then he posts the receipts. Messages from what appears to be Luke. Anyone can fabricate these messages. And Luke did reply under this thread, but has since responded or since deleted his messages. He said he texted Be Easy and said, "Yo, what's good? You mind taking that post down? Also, let's do that documentary. When are you available this year? Would really appreciate that." Be Easy says, "Why? Did I lie? You want me to delete it because it makes you look bad? Deleting it doesn't benefit me." And then someone lower here says, "Can you clarify?" Right here, it says, Hoodie asks, "Can you clarify what he did?" Be Easy says he asked if I was interested in a documentary, said it was $3K and a unit for payment. Maybe some of you kids can fill. What is a unit, Mrs. P? Huh? Come on, you're a drug lord.
Go ask your kid.
All right. Oh, my kid's a drug lord. Oh, all right.
Oh, he might know.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So, anyways, said it was like $3K a unit for payment. I wanted the exposure. So paid the $3K deposit up front. Paid for him to come to LA. He came here, got gout, never did it, multiple times, also. And someone says, "Got gout, yo?" I mean, he really did. And then so, if you go
gout or clout?
Gout.
Gout is a disease.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny. He asked if I was interested. Oh yeah. Okay, and then he also posted. I made it crystal clear to Luke that he has till Friday to pay me back my $3K. After that, I post all receipts every day of the week leading up to his big spray documentary. So, you know what? I didn't. It's fucking getting paid to do documentaries is kind of that's cool. But like, I don't know. I can't verify if any of this is true, right? So this is just the story. It sounds like Luke's got a little bit of an issue on his hands. Is it real? I don't know. Luke did respond to the comments below. He kind of low key Rob kind of responded to one of these comments.
Oh, Rob's got your back. A unit is a pound.
A unit is a pound. All right. Okay. A pound of weed, I'm assuming. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, of course, got it. So then Rob responded under one of these. I'm not totally sure how to use this platform yet. Yes! Charging for coverage is crazy. And then it says right here, it says charging for coverage. Oh yeah. So then this is where Luke responded, but then deleted his comment, and he said, and he was saying that, he posted a video that Rob had done, and Rob simply said charging for coverage on the documentary isn't the same as reviewing a product, Luke. And then Rob says, why'd you delete your comments? Now I'm out here looking like I'm having conversations with myself. So, that's the story of what's going on. I have no idea. Be careful out there, friends. You know what? Hey, personally, I don't care if somebody wants to charge. If Luke wants to make money on his documentaries, fucking so be it. I got no problem with that. I would love to get to a position where I could make money making documentaries, or whatever. I am in a position where I'm fortunate enough to make money making content. It's the same idea, but I think that's okay. The problem is if you're taking money from clients and you're not giving them their product. Maybe it's a miscommunication. I'd be curious to hear what Luke has to say about it. But yeah, I'm just curious. I'm not giving my opinion one way or the other. There's a lot of information missing here, and I just want to be very clear that like this could go either way. Maybe this is a he said, she said. Maybe this is if you guys recall the Dope as Yola versus the FaZe Rain situation, where like FaZe Rain was like, "Yo, you owe me money," and Dope as Yola was like, "Dude," and then showed the receipts. So if that's the case, I hope there's some kind of receipts. I hope there's some kind of something. But Luke gets beat up in these comments, and I just I don't know Luke personally, but I sure hope that he's got an answer for all this. But that's my opinion. And if you guys have anything to the story, hit me up at Pigeons420 over on X, okay? Because I want to hear from you. Because that's very important. Very important. Some firing news. What do we call some hot news? Some quick news? Some quick nudes? Yeah, you want some quick nudes in your DMs? I've got it for you. Rob says ruins a lot of credibility when it comes to the documentary side. What's real and what's an ad, and yeah, I totally agree with that. I have watched some of Luke's content, but I would hope, and like I said, I don't know the story. And let's say that this is the first charge he's ever done for a client. Maybe this is the first time, and maybe he was going to put an ad in the front of it, or right, like it wouldn't be totally unheard of, in my opinion, that Netflix gets paid to host some shows. There's got to be something in it. I don't know. Maybe that's a horrible reference, but yeah, there's as long as there's no fuckery, because I can't think of a better word in regards to what's real and what's not. Kind of what you said, and I can see, okay, this piece of media was covered and sponsored by this company, this individual. Okay, well then I'm going into this knowing that it's probably going to be slightly biased in that nature. So yeah, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. But that's my opinion. What do you think? A new fee for T with P guests, $3K and a unit. It's got to be 3 units or nothing. 3 units or nothing. Okay, I can barely coordinate people for this show for free, let alone if I had to get people to pay me for it. It's tough. It's tough. The tough in coordination for things. We're always trying new things over here. So some rapid nudes, guys. Some rapid nudes before we get to smoke a little more weed. We got DoorDash expands offerings to include hemp-derived products in select states. Let's go. You can get hemp-derived THC, so probably THCA, and CBD products on demand delivery in select states. Are you Cheerios? Are you in a state right now? Are you in a state right now where you can have DoorDash bring you your stuff? Because I gotta be honest, I'm kind of curious what the price of delivery is on weed. Are you getting screwed? Do you think? Are people getting screwed for the price of delivery?
I feel like the price of delivery on DoorDash and Uber is crazy to begin with, which I just realized the last trip that we were in Vegas, that not only do you pay the delivery fee, but you also pay extra for the item that you're ordering.
Yeah.
Because I actually went and I compared a menu at a restaurant to what was being charged on Uber, and it was like $2 or $3 more per item plus the delivery fee. So you're better off just to pick it up yourself at the end of the day.
What a business plan. What a business plan. That's genius. Yeah. Hey, capitalism. That's very interesting. But nobody has it yet. No wraps. Nope. All right. Wow. 150 people in my chat doing.
I wonder if we do.
Oh. That's a good question.
Obviously in the bigger cities than where we are.
We're in
Canada. We don't have DoorDash, but...
Yeah,
I wonder if that's a thing.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Another rapid news coverage I wanted to go over was Leafly delisted from the NASDAQ. This is kind of big news because Leafly's been around for a minute. And does this mark something bad or something unfortunate for the company? Well, maybe. Leafly Holdings Inc., LHI, a leading online canna discovery marketplace for resource. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom in and read at the same time, and I'm doing a horrible job at it. So let me try one at a time. A leading online discovery marketplace and resource for cannabis consumers announced that it received notice that NASDAQ hearings panel has determined to delist the company's common stock from the NASDAQ Stock Market LLC due to the company's failure to comply with the minimum $500,000 in net income. So it's not that they're not, I guess, broke, but they just they in order to be listed on the NASDAQ, you have to make a minimum of $500,000 in a quarter, I believe. From the fiscal year. So to comply with the minimum $500,000 in net income from continuing operations in the most recently completed fiscal year or 2 of the last 3 fiscal years for continued listing outlined in listing rule whatever. So just kind of like a fork in the road, if you will, a turning point, a milestone for a company that's been around for a minute, no longer going to be around, no longer going to be listed on the NASDAQ. So yeah, that's an interesting one. I wanted to bring that up because it's kind of like nostalgia. I don't really know a whole lot about the inner workings of Leafly, the good, the bad, the ugly. All I know is it exists, and I know that it has existed. I know what it is and what it offers, and the fact that it, has opened the doors for many people. Yeah, just kind of a turning page. Did you know that? Do you care? That's another thing I want to ask. Do you care? Maybe not. Guys, in just a few minutes, we're going to be sitting down with a legend, Actually, a matter of fact, my dad, Rob, ROBCLTV, is going to be joining us tonight. And we're going to be talking with him about everything under the sun. And I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys are ready. If you haven't already, crack yourself something to drink. Pack yourself something tight. And boy, we're going to have ourselves a wonderful time and a great discussion. So I'm going to pack my bowl. But go ahead, Mrs. P.
Tazzarello gave a big list. He says Georgia, Kentucky, Iowa, Louisiana, Minnesota, Tennessee, and Ohio all allow DoorDash cannabis from home.
Okay. So shout out to all those places and all the people in the flock right now that live in those states that have no idea that you didn't have to drive to go get weed the other day. You could have just had that shit brought to your door.
Which I feel like is super handy if you've already been partaking or having drinks. Then
sure.
Order it and have it delivered.
Dude, I get weed to my door.
That's fair.
You think about
That's
it,
fair.
right? So it's like, as I sit here and take this toke, and I want this is what a mental. I already got confirmation that our boy's on the way.
Oh, perfect.
As we sit here and take this toke, I want you to take a look at it, and I want you to kind of observe. What do you notice in the bowl? Are the ashes white? Or are your ashes black? This is an age-old conversation that I think is very important to have. And as a matter of fact, I actually found an article that I think really sums it up fairly well. And I also have a clip from who was it? It was Josh from Raw, explaining what he thinks about white versus black ash, and I'm going to get into that. But that's something that I want you to think about. I want you to think about that as we dive into taking this bowl. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, white versus black ash. Cheers. Uh-oh. I got another one. I got 3 of them over here. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So I think I found the right clip. I just want to make sure I got it before I even. No, I wonder if it was a. I wonder if it was on his Twitter. I remember I watched a clip of Josh saying it, and I didn't get this beforehand. And he was referring to the bleaching of tobacco and the. Of course, I'm not going to find it. That's okay. Anyways, I found this article, white versus black ash, and it had me thinking, and more importantly, I think about this often because I want to make sure I have access to clean product. Paying attention to the ash that I get is actually part of that process of determining whether you get good product. The only downside is it's only determined after you've smoked the weed. After you've consumed it, that's when you'll know whether or not it has burned thoroughly and been grown properly. And so, as a grower, there was always a myth out there, if you will. And I'm going to call it a myth because at the time, I had no idea if it was true. But it was always out there that in order to determine if you flushed your product properly, you had to be able to look at the ash and see that it was white. That was the only way to really know that you flushed your product properly, aside from the taste and so on and so forth, which is kind of individualistic. It's kind of perspective. It's kind of analytical. And so, specific to each person. There's a word for that, and I really stumped myself on it. So, needless to say, when you look at the ash, that's universal. I can see, regardless of the feeling you had, anecdotal, maybe that's what I was trying to say. I can see that the ash is white, and that's kind of how I've really looked at it. Now, as my growing experience has gotten bigger or more vast, I don't know why I'm trying to insert more words than I need, but it's my style. I started to learn that I don't need to flush. Flushing is not something I need to finish my plant. What I need to use is good quality products when it comes to food. I need to be able to make sure that I'm allowing the plant to use up as much of it in the pot as possible. And I want to make sure that when I consume the product, I'm consuming it at a rate that's going to burn off and burn everything, really. Because temperature plays a variable in the color of the ash. So, this article goes on. And I'm going to spare you the beginning part because it makes a religious thing relation in regards to the Vatican using white smoke and no smoke and so on and so forth. But I'll save you on that. But they refer to it again, so that's what they're referring to. So, a chemical background. Seeing divinity in fire and ash is not new or unique to cannabis consumption. Ash itself is a trinity. It is a complex mixture of charcoal, char, and minerals. As is often the case, more knowledge and insight mean less mystique. But there are ways in which knowledge gained can open new opportunities. If we used to ask a burning bush to answer questions about divinity, we now look to burned bush for answers about forest fires. Research into ash from wildfires points to burn temperature as a main factor in determining ash properties. With the increasing combustion temperature, the charred organic material and organic nitrogen concentrations decrease, and the ash color lightens from black to gray to white. The lightest color ash is mostly made up of crystalline or amorphous inorganic compounds. I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with those words, so I said them kind of like a robot. Further research has yielded additional insight. At burn temperatures below 450 degrees Celsius, combustion is far from complete, and the ash from low temperature combustion is rich in organic compounds, with carbon as the main component. The combustion process progresses with increasing temperatures above 450 degrees Celsius, and carbon becomes volatilized, meaning it turns into gas. What remains is mineral ash, composed mainly of calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, silicon, and phosphorus, in the form of inorganic carbonates. Or carbonates, I guess, is a better way to say it. When the temperatures increase even further above 580 degrees, the most common form of minerals are oxides. Another victim of higher combustion temperatures is the ash's total nitrogen content, as nitrogen has a lower temperature volatilization. So, okay, in other words, if you couldn't read my Neanderthal reading, my boy loves it when I read, for the record. It's essentially telling you, based on the temperature, it's going to leave some minerals, and when you burn it hotter, it might take away and burn other minerals and or leave. Now, the insights from tobacco ash. Cannabis consumers are not the first to be obsessed with the color of their ashes. The tobacco industry has studied ash color for quite a long time. Already 100 years ago, scientific literature explored the plant ingredients that supported or inhibit tobacco burn. It was described that chlorides prevent complete combustion, which then inhibits flavor and aroma. Potassium salts of organic acids, on the other hand, aid in the combustion and increase the fire holding capacity. Realizing the importance of potassium salts and other alkali and alkali earth metal salts, U.S. federal and state agricultural departments, along with academic institutions, began to study the effect of fertilizer use on tobacco smoke and ash. Researchers found that fertilizer treatment neither altered the alkali composition of the cured leaves nor increased the sulfur levels in the leaves. What did make a difference in tobacco smoke quality was the fermentation process, specifically the high concentration of chlorophyll in low-quality tobacco products. So, interesting point. The flushing theory debunked, and this is one that I wanted to get into real quick. A flushing theory debunked. If ash color is not the sign of quality, beer. If ash color is not the sign of quality we thought it to be, what are the factors that affect the quality of the plant or plant part after harvest? If we look at relevant industries such as tobacco or produce, we would think about nutrient content, humidity, temperature, the addition or removal of light, the reduction of the ripeness gas, ethylene, and time. In the general horticultural world, the word flushing refers to the act of running a known liquid through a plant's root ball in order to change pH or media, EC. I can read like a robot sometimes. To Canadian growers, flushing means something very different. It refers to growers using low EC water for irrigation during the last few weeks prior to harvest. The thought of this flushes out the nutrients from the media, which in turn flushes them from the plant. The theory is that this ultimately yields a better smoking flower. We've heard explanations supporting this theory that make no sense, such as it removes minerals from the plant, and we've heard more plausible theories such as nutrient deficiencies encourage ripening. My immediate thoughts go to the author. My immediate thoughts go to the outdoor cannabis. What about cannabis grown in living soil? Media besides rock wool will never get to an EC low enough to cause true deficiencies in a matter of a week or two. The only scientific paper we've seen to date on cannabis and flushing is the thesis, Irrigation Management Strategies of Medical Cannabis in Controlled Environments, written by Jonathan Stemmerhoff, while he was pursuing a master's degree at the University of Guelph. So, needless to say, this is a very interesting article, and it does go on into more detail in regards to these topics. You see how other horticulture practices for better smokability. If this is something you're interested in, I can share the link, or even Mrs. P might be able to share the link possibly with you in the chat, or I'll put it down below. It's very interesting though that I wish I could have brought, because there was a point that I wanted to refer to in regards to Josh from Raw making a reference point to the bleaching of such thing of tobacco in order to make white ash. But yeah, I can't remember it. But needless to say, the fundamentals is that if there aren't these metals or these elements left in your product, by the time you consume it, it's going to burn a lot better. And I up until, it's crazy. It was like, it feels like this has always been a myth, but it's like, it seems like common sense to me that the whiter it was. But of course, I also see too that if you torch something at like 1,000 degrees, you're also going to see it burn white, because it's going to burn off everything. And so, yeah, very interesting article, very interesting points, but at least it gives a little insight in regards to the temperature, what's left behind, flushing, and so on and so forth. There's the article. I encourage you to read it. I really just wanted to highlight it more than anything. But what do you think in regards to white or black ash? And where do you stand? Where do you sit? Because it kind of really seems like people think white or black ash is still a myth in general. But that's not the truth. That's not the truth. The cleaner it is the whiter it is. That's the theory that I believe. Wow, someone could really take that and spin that. That's what a very crazy remark to say. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, just a few minutes. We're going to be sitting down with a good friend of mine, Mr. ROB CLTV. Cost us a fortune to be here. I think he costs like 3 units?
3,000 in a unit?
Yeah, 3,000 in a unit to get him here. It's so we got to make sure that we use that time very, very wisely. Mr. ROB and Mr. ROB CLTV. For the record, I started that name and I can barely say it. And I have been doing a lot together over the years. We did a show, Top Buds, together, and man, I'm gonna tell you, I actually put together a little clip for us here in a bit of some of the shit that we talked, some of the laughs we laughed, and man, going through that show, I'm telling you, we gotta bring it. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. It's just gonna be, we're gonna edit every third word, and probably just not actually announce what we're talking about. But no, all jokes aside, I definitely want to have a rip before he gets here. That's my guy, Mr. ROB CLTV. We're going to be doing essentially an episode of Top Buds right here, live and in person. And actually, as a matter of fact, we did do an episode of Top Buds live and in person here, and we never posted it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yep, never posted it. Because we were like, you know what? We do enjoy our livelihoods.
Yeah.
Let's not piss anyone off too much. So, cheers, friends. This rips for you, and we're gonna have way more before Mr. ROB CLTV gets here. Oh, what a rip. However, I've learned valuable lessons over the 50 or whatever, 47 weeks of episodes we've been doing, that it's very important that I take a small break in between the segments. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be speaking to our Mr. ROB CLTV. But first, this.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear.
Hi, I'm Pigeons 420. Will you be an angel for an abused plant? Every day, innocent plants are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're calling for your help. Please visit stashblend.com today and join the nation in helping abused plants get an 8-ounce bag of Stash Blend. That's just $27.70 or 96 cents per day. You'll be helping rescue plants from their abusers and provide nutrition, beneficial bacteria, mycorrhizae, and love. You'll help rescue plants from their abusers. Call or join now, and you'll receive a welcome kit of a photo of a dude impacted by your decision. Order now and change a life.
I've always thought people were saying Honda wrong.
Oh, I thought that for years, bro. I always thought it was the same thing. Yeah, I thought it was Hyundai. I was like, you're not, none of that was spelled.
Like, you're fucking stupid. And it's like, no, it's me.
And then I was like, how come the symbol slightly shifted? Did you do Did you do that? What's going on? Is this
Why's everyone else confused besides me?
Of Bud Light giving Dylan Mulvaney a Bud Light can to celebrate his 1 year or 365 day. Sorry. No, I'm whatever. You fucked me. Now I'm getting canceled. It went under the radar for everyone else. And now you fucked me. Great. Won't see you Monday.
Yeah, that's it for P.
We walked in there. And
28
we were like,
months.
he's 20. Still in diaper, sucking on tape.
God damn it.
I've got a 94-month-old sucking on tape. He's still in a car seat.
I had a 124-month-old. He's a
You
handful.
mean he's 14? No, that's fucking Great Big C. Yeah, they're Canadian too, though. Yeah. You fucking nailed it, bro. Yeah,
Long
it sucks
days.
when the majority of the nudes is shit we can't talk about. You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
the
that
problem.
sucks. That sucks. You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. ROB CLTV for joining me tonight in the hot seat for an episode of Top Buds. Not quite, but here we are. Mr. ROB CLTV, welcome. How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. A little bit sick. Not the Indian COVID, but I got a little cold. I think I'm getting better though.
Yeah. A little
I'm
bit better.
drinking it away and smoking it away, bro.
You sound good, brother. You sound good. Thanks for coming on the show today, man. I really appreciate you, brother. It's a new year, and let me tell you, I've only got about, 47? I've only got like 5 weeks left. 5 shows left before I can celebrate 52 shows, which is a Hollywood year. And so I had to have you on one more time before we rounded it out, and then I'm going to have you on in the new again at some point.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's recurring.
It's recurring. Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for coming on, brother. What are you doing tonight? What are you smoking? What are you feeling? How you doing?
Working on some of that menthol compound genetics.
I knew that.
I like it. You may or may not experience it. I don't know how, but somehow you may experience it next time I see you.
Oh,
It's gonna be good.
some.
I don't know how that happens.
It's beam it up, Scotty.
I got anti-gravitational UAPs. that beam it over.
UAPs. Yeah,
And
that's
so
fair.
it's good, brother. From New Jersey.
Good.
So
Good. Yeah, you just
What are you
harvested.
token today?
Mrs. P put me on some
Donkey butter.
Donkey butter.
Butter's good, brother.
Yeah, and it's from that. It's that mom weed. You know what I mean?
Mom's good.
Yeah.
Mom shows good love. It's made with love, it seems.
It is made with love. It's how it feels, and it's great. And I'm never disappointed.
Yeah. That fucking pine
Oh
tar.
yeah, okay. Pine tar. Okay,
Pine tar was
Was
the
that
devil.
mom though, or was that dispo?
That was mom.
that was mom.
Was
It was
it?
mom.
Mom was drinking one night,
Oh shit.
had a little wine, and snuck some pine
Oh,
tar
that
in
was
the
the
box.
free. That was the freebie.
It was free, so
Yeah.
we can't complain. But
No.
I
I
can't
don't-
complain. We ran out, and I was like, brother, I'm sorry. I know you don't have much personal bud left, but I'm smoking some.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I ended up smoking this. I ended up smoking it later because I ran
saw
out.
you smoking it. I was like, oh no. That was so bad, man. It's like a desperate times when you're smoking the fucking pine tar, man.
It was desperate times. It was desperate times. But it was what it was. It was what it was. I was okay with it. Only because it's all I had, you know. I'm still telling myself I was all right. You know? Still telling myself I was all right.
Yeah, man, it's not good. Having your own is the best, but it's really cool to have an option in Canada to be able to get it through the mail. You
Oh,
know, some people
100%.
say you already can here with the THC, like Luke. I don't know what his deal was with me, but like him, he says THCA is pretty much the loophole. Like it's already legal. People have
Yeah.
been doing it.
Well, it is
you
a
know, but
loophole.
it's like
Well, and
if
yo,
the loophole is that shit that he gave Dusa, no offense, brother, if you're tuning in for some reason, that shit was butt water.
it was a little
That
weak.
space weed
Yeah, it was weak.
butt water.
Since I got you here, okay, so explain to me how he responded with the post. Because I got you. What happened with the post? You posted.
I was a
covered
little-
that.
A little cocky by saying fucking crazy to be paying for coverage, right? You know, whatever. But it is. It's crazy. And I was just thinking it's for a documentary. Like, I've never heard of somebody paying to be documented for a documentary. Like, paying a company to make one for them, but not for their own channel. It's like that soft white underbelly. Like, some hillbillies, like, we're going to pay you to come out here and document me and my family. But I doubt that's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a situation where you have an interesting thing and you document it. So I had my 2 cents. he came back with a screenshot of the Hey Abby videos saying, "Oh, didn't Roger from VivoSun pay you for this?" And I was like, correction, that was Hey Abby, and no, they didn't pay me because I had a bad opinion about the product, for one. For two, a product review and a documentary are not the same things. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're right, it's not the same thing, bro. I'm sorry for coming at you like that." And then deletes it, tweets and deletes it.
Huh. I deleted a tweet once because I spelt something wrong.
I've done that before too. You know, sometimes you don't want to be dumb. But in this case, like, it would have looked better to just stand on it and just be like, "Hey, man."
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I'm assuming there's got to be more to the story. I just don't get it. You know what I mean?
He said and he also said that he said it was delayed, right? So he was delayed for getting it done. So he could have shit in his personal life going on, but he didn't reply to this dude.
For sure.
I don't like when people go on social media to put people on blast like that, personally. I just put my little smart ass comment, you know, but for him to come at me, like, to go to my channel, to screenshot my shit, and to come and repost it over there to be like, "What about this?" That's some whole shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is.
I don't get down with that. And I'm the type, I just remember shit.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. I don't understand it either. And that's the thing is like we have, you and I have an ability of saying it how it is. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like where I come from, you know, people like those are kind of
and chicken.
Those are the people that I would call my friends though too, right? Like
you can keep it real with. Yeah.
Yep. And it's just like if I ever have flaws or if I ever slow down or I want someone to be able to tell me, "Yo, smarten up, man," in the same way that you and Chris have done for me in times.
Yeah, you guys have done for me. Yeah, when I'm in a negative head, like, yeah, bro, that's the shit. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I look at us all as content creators as we're all peers. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are colleagues. We work together, and some of us are friends. You know, and then there's these young cats. Not even all age, just people who haven't been doing this that long that got the shit twisted. And it's just, be more respectful, man. I'm just a regular dude. You know, we're all regular ass people. And don't be disrespectful because I see people in person. And I keep the same energy. Like when shout out to Big Tall Ben, when he came and gave me a nug of his stuff, I kept it real with him. I was like, "Hey, man."
And he kept
it
real with you.
Yeah, and that's how you fucking do it. And you just talk and say, "Listen,
and
man,
respect.
Whatever you thought it wasn't an insult. We're cool with each other." You know what I'm saying? It's like, without being a bitch about it, just be an adult. We're grown men.
Yep.
You know, so that's how I handle it. I don't know.
No, that's how it's supposed to be handled. It is what it is. Some people don't like it. It is what it is.
Some people have hoe tendencies.
Yeah.
You know, it just is in their blood. I don't know.
Yeah, you got in different area codes.
Different area codes. Hoes in different cities.
Hoe tendencies.
Yeah. Yeah, that just no, it all just clicked. R.I.P. Nate Dogg.
Brother. So let's dive into some real tea here, bro. We got a genetics project on the go, and we've kind of been beating around the bush, and I'm gonna just kind of like get it out there now.
On the beat.
We got a little genetics project, don't we, bro?
Yeah. And so we're working with Swank Genetics, man. Our boy.
Yep.
Shout out to Swank the Tank.
Boom. Yeah, brother. Yeah, totally stoked, man. Swank's been working on some treats for us over the course of the last, oh my gosh, year and a half. Over that, about a year and a half. I think it's been pretty close to that. I remember last year looking at over a year and a half, because even then I was looking at plants that had already been bred out, already been selected, and already been testing or going through testing. So it's crazy to think that in some big things are coming in the genetics pool. We got some decisions to make, and I'm really stoked about it.
And that's the cool part, man. Is this is a deal where, like, and we're going to be totally transparent through the process. This is us partnering with somebody else who's doing majority of the work. He's helping us in the sense of finding what we're looking for and kind of like collaborating in the sense, because he does have more of the skill set for that. And especially as we get into tissue culture and the deeper layers of things and selecting the genotypes for breeding, it's really interesting to see how far my boy has come. And then to know that the flavors that are in the mix, like to know that some of these super supreme GMOs and the papaya syrups are scattered throughout the mix, and to be able to have the flavors that you and I cherish that a lot of people haven't been able to have yet. is really cool. And of course, not coming out with some crazy ass hoe ass prices, no $200-$300 box shit, nothing like that. Just keeping it, you know, if there's ever anything, it's going to be where you get value. It's not going to be like, okay, here's just a seed cost. I'd rather not make as much. Same with Stash Blend, like transparency. Maybe I've been drinking, but it's like we've had opportunities that we could have made more money on things where it's like, nah, man, I don't want to, like, we can't gank the community. We can't step on the toes of our colleagues. We can't do shit right. I'd rather have longevity and people remember me for doing something good versus some like off the wall bullshit. And they're like, you remember that time you screwed everybody over and called them bitches on stream? You know, like, I don't want to, it's not going to be me.
I believe it was weasels.
Weasels. Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Dude, you and I are like 2014, so in 2024 I celebrated 10 years doing cannabis content. I know you've been on YouTube for a long time. YouTube's coming up at least on 10 years if it's not already, man. We've been in this for a minute. We've been in this for a minute. It's like there's a reason that year after year, time after time, personality after personality, it's like we've trudged through it. We've seen it change, man. It's like
ups and downs, peaks and valleys, man.
There's been peaks and valleys. How has the game changed to you over the course of the last 10 years?
Man, so many content creators. Everybody's a content creator now. The algorithm,
Grandpa Rob
favors. Well, that's what
Sorry.
it is.
You're right. Yo, you're right. I know. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I make the perfect. Who's the interrupting guest? Brett Kreischer. This is about me. Ask you a question. I answer it.
My mouth is dry.
No, it's
so
good.
If I would have kept going, I would have been like.
No, I bought you some time. It's okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead before I really.
But it's like the amount of people who are making content now is great to see. One thing I don't love is that the market is catering towards like vanity shit more. It's like you got to just do a seed to harvest video. You got to have big pretty buds, and if it's not good. And I get the value of seeing that, but the tough part is it seems like once you hit a certain point, the algorithm doesn't allow you to do as much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. Pages that like Mr. Grower's page, 300,000 followers. He can't even look at weed in the side of the camera without the camera even seeing it without him getting age restricted, let alone say it. You know, it's the same thing on my channel. You've gotten fucking to the point where you can't show any plants without the age restriction too. It's like you hit a certain point, it's really hard, it seems. And so it's like having to pivot and then thinking more about shows. Like that's what my 2025 is thinking about, making more shows versus like episodes, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that has more entertainment value to it, watchability, longevity versus just like, all right, I learned how to do it and I'm done. I think it's evolving more, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Do you think weed content's dead? Do you think it's like the best it's ever gonna be?
Well, there's all these sub people who are growing in this space, as you and I know. So it's hard, you know. It's to the point where it's a passion project for sure. You know, I wouldn't recommend jumping into this thinking you're going to be able to be like a food content creator or a gamer. You know, there's a lot to it. But it's like there's more people than ever making cannabis content. I wouldn't say it's dead. I think it's just more saturated. That's about it, you know?
I totally agree with you, man. I've spoke on this a few times. I've spoke on this once at least before in regards to the fact that I think it's in the best state now it's ever been. The fact that we've got guys like Matt, Mr. Canuck, we got a lot of Matts in the game, but with Mr. Canuck,
the Matt gang.
Oh, the Matt gang, throw them all on.
All the Matts.
Throw them all, because I've got nothing but love for all of them. They're all killing it. You know, you got Strange Show, you've got Mr. Canucks, you got ICANN. You look at like the documentary-esque, like you've got, you know, High Again. High Again. You've got Dakota. You've got, you know, this like Netflix-esque appeal, and you can even go farther back. Like there's a couple more that do it as well. But in reality, it's like I think it's at the best point it's ever been. And when you
100%.
start talking about shows, when we start talking about, You know, I the amount of like
This is right here, bro. It's a fucking late night with Pigeons 420. You know what I'm saying?
boom.
Like, it's a totally different. That's what inspired me more towards this. I'm like, oh, you're thinking in the form of pure entertainment. Like, that's a different thing that I've thought about. I always thought like edutainment, so I don't want my videos to be boring, so I'll put the funny little shits in or little cut scenes, this and that. But it's like, it's got to be things that people want to watch too. You know what I'm saying?
100%, dude. Like we have literally watched this game change. 10 years. That's a decade, bro. I know it sounds. I'm gonna be 40
Dude,
in a
I
couple
know.
years.
I
so
was
it's
just telling somebody, man. I was like, man, I've been smoking for about 15 years, and like, damn, how old are you? I was like, oh my god, I've been smoking for 20 plus years now.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy fuck,
That's
dude. Like,
crazy.
I just stopped it. Is what I'm telling people. I stopped it. It's like I've been growing. My first plant I ever grew was when I was 13, so it was 20 fucking years ago. And it's just like, it's wild to think that, but it's like, that's where again, yeah, it has become saturated. Like all you got to do is get a Sony A7, A7 III with a Sigma lens or something fire.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
do a seed to harvest video. You got to do the pure shots. You got to talk like this. And then when you do the video, you got to make sure that all your cuts come with and then it's gonna blow up. Because why? Because Mr. Canuck has 1 million followers. So everyone follows that fucking that's the formula to do.
Yep.
They're like, I'm gonna do this.
The
And they're
template.
like, oh, but Dakota does it too. Fuck, this guy did. It's like, well, it's cool, but let them do them. Do you be independent? It's like when like Young Thug and Lil Wayne and all them started doing the auto tune voice. Then every fucking rapper did auto tune. It's like, why can't anybody be original? Why does this all sound the same? We're in the auto tune phase of weed. Everybody's just making seed to harvest videos with a Sony A7 III, and it's boring to me. Maybe I'm cynical. Maybe I'm old Rob now, but
It's
get creative. Don't just copy the same people and have a new genetic. You know.
You're 100% right. No, I totally agree with you. No, it is oversaturated, and you know what? I'm gonna look at it as more so that it's advice. You're trying to give advice in regards to if you are gonna get into this, find a route that works for you. It's not so much as you're saying fucking don't do it. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that come out of your mouth. Yeah, I didn't hear that come out of your mouth.
You're doing the same shit. Like again, if everybody sounds like Future, who makes fucking music,
Right.
That's how it is. It's like seed to harvest. This one on this new exotic genetic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just boring to me. I love like Scrogger's doing like the real world, what he's doing up to date. You know what I'm saying? And it's him in the garden, seeing blunders, stunners, all of it, and putting old videos up. I love that Chris is like, hey, follow me into my garden. Andy has a podcast. I love you've got a different show that's a whole fucking night show. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I think that it's like there's people who are finding their footing, but it's if anyone wanted to start something, like try to be more unique. For sure.
I think that's great advice. Find something that works for you, and I think that's original. I think that's, if anyone's going to say that to anybody who's trying to find a spot in this space, because creating content is for a career is a dream job, and more and more people are trying to get into it, and rightfully so. And it's like, if you are going to get into it, try to think of something that's outside the box. And honestly, that when you like, that's exactly how I like to describe this channel. It's like when I start to see things start to catch on and take off, I switch. I turn. I go the other way. I'm like, okay. Podcasts, sitting, virtual. Okay. I can change this up. I don't want to use the same. And let me tell you, it would be easy. It would be a lot easier to fire up Steam.
Everybody did it.
It'd be it's so easy to fire up StreamYard right now. But to actually have my own shit going and my own scenes and my own skits and everything, and I want it all my own and different. And that's
like, I remember back in the day, me and Trey used to have our weekly shows on Tuesday and Sunday, right? Every week, Tuesdays and Sundays. And we would have our Grow Me Gardens, right? We would show the gardens, we would update, show everybody shit. We would do like the news stuff, this and that, but it was just boring between me and him. Like, I didn't enjoy making that style of content, you know what I'm saying? And like, even that style was similar to somebody else's shit that was made back in the day at another point, you know what I'm saying? Like the GrowTube, fucking, it's all offshoots of similar stuff. Like, there's barely original ideas, but you as a person are original. So like, try to put yourself in there, and you know what I'm saying? Try to try to just be you more, because that's the shit that hits. When people try to imitate other people, it's like you're never gonna be as good. You're the fucking Great Value brand version of them. It's decent, but you're the Great Value version. You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree, man. I agree. You lose you might be able to grab. That's like all those Mr. Beast wannabes. They're all creating the exact same
hey, we're gonna do a fucking
right. And you might be able to make you might be able to make a living off that. You might be able to make enough money where you could provide for a family and do your thing, but it's like you're in the shadows, dude. I want to be very clear that the shadows are different than following in the footsteps. Because it's like, I people before me, the Jorge Cervanteses, the Greenhouse Seed Co, Tejan, what was
Arjun?
Yeah. Arjan?
Tejan, you're going with the mustard.
Sorry, Tejan. You heard of Tejan? You're familiar with him?
Tejan, fucking lemon pepper.
Right.
Lemon pepper.
Yeah. Yes, from Strain Hunters. These guys are trendsetters, man. They're the ones that, in my opinion, put the path down before me.
Oh, for sure, dude.
And there was
I told Dakota, I was like, you're the new fucking Strain Hunters, bro. Like,
dude,
your style of content is taking the torch and continuing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who are adding on to what's already been done. I'd say with From the Stash is similar to the Grow Tube. Shout out Doggo and Vader. They inspired us to even fuck with each other.
Huge.
You know what I'm saying? And so then that concept of bringing other minds who are growers who have similar experience but different backgrounds together and to simplify the process and I just have a shop talk. Like, that was an idea that wasn't completely original. It was just how it was done by us was original. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And look at how much podcasting in our space has evolved over the course of the last 4 years.
Everybody's got a podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast, but it's like that. Mine 100% came from the fact of the Grow Tube Roundtable. FTS sprouted from that. It was like we kind of saw what they were doing, and it was like, well, wait a second.
And they quit doing it, so it was like, where the fuck do we? This is a missing.
It was a missing It was a missing link, and again, we're not gonna say we're the first to do it. There was podcasts before us, but it's like once you
to do it, brother,
we are the number one for sure.
The number one
best
ever
in the world
history.
ever
In history.
Yeah. Of all kind, of all time, all podcasts. Move over, Joe.
All things, any genre. It's just what it is, dude.
It is what it is.
Humble.
I'm humble. I just have the best of everything.
I'm a modest, humble guy. I'm just the best at everything.
I'm the best at everything. I'm the best at being a humble, modest guy. Fuck off.
I actually am, but
yeah, yeah, I am. Dude. Okay, so Top Buds was just playing, bro. There was a clip. I don't know if you watched much of it because you had to run for a secondary beer. Actually, Mrs. P.
I didn't get a beer. My assistant got me a beer.
Oh, you too? That's fantastic.
Yeah, P. That wasn't me getting up.
I could use an assistant.
It was me. But yeah, Top Buds, man. Honestly, I missed the show, dude. There was a couple situations with former sponsors that I had where they were like, yo, what the fuck did you say about that person who called themselves the opposite sex who was fucking MMA fighting the other one? I was like, yo, dog.
Yo.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I see. The thing is like, and honestly, this podcast sprouted because of the end of Top Buds.
Yeah, it became, you said, fuck you, Rob.
Because I was like, I'm gonna start.
I don't care, dude.
I was like,
you not. We've had brands that we know or maybe don't know. I don't know. Who said, yo, P.
Yep.
P.
Yeah, you want to
dial
stop
back what you said with our ad in there.
Can
brother.
you not do that? Can you not do that?
He's like, guess what? I'm broadcasting in America. So freedom of speech, man. Freedom of speech, motherfucker.
It's not that I don't care. I do care.
It's that you want to speak the truth, dude. It's like, again, man, I'm not going to be hindered. I don't even care, man, by a sponsor. I keep it 55th Street, and I'll lose a sponsor over. It's one thing from getting a buzz and talking a little dumb and da-da-da-da. But it's another thing when the thing you're standing on, you believe in.
Dude, you know? And you know what the thing is, though, is, dude, podcast... sorry. Top Buds was 3 years ago, man. 3 years ago.
We were talking about Hunter Biden's laptop before.
We were talking about it before it was an issue. We were talking about it before it was a story. Before you even.
It was good.
Oh my god, you couldn't talk about that, bro. We couldn't talk about that. Like you were literally at a time where you could be shut down by talking shit about the vaccine. Bro, and we were talking shit about the vaccine, bro. And I got it. We're still talking shit about it.
Yeah, you had to get all the shots. People who gave me the shots in the comment section because the video was Rob got his. I only got 1 of 3.
I know.
One
how
of
many?
3. I'm only part.
I think I did 1. Or did I do 2? Mrs. P. 4. Fuck off.
We had to if we wanted to travel.
I had 4?
Yeah, man, we got 4. And we're supposed to be fair, we're supposed to get them annually, and I said fuck that.
I stopped at 4. I'm not a bitch. The first 4 times
I'm just saying.
I'm not a bitch. First 4 times I was just like, it doesn't hurt.
It was your fault, Rob.
Damn it.
To be real. Because
it was. I said, come visit.
Yeah.
I said, you should bring the family.
No,
bring the whole family.
No, it was just the 2 of us.
Really? 4?
No, and that
because it was 2 and 2.
All right, we gotta get jabs.
Yeah.
I thought it was just 2.
No, it was 4.
Wow.
It was two initially.
I'm going down.
He's a survivor. He's not gonna give us.
We don't have any weird side effects yet, so.
I told you that
you know of.
The third
but there's
nipple.
gaps of time that he doesn't recall.
Nipple, man.
I don't call that a weird side effect.
No, it tickles, doesn't it?
It does things. It has purpose.
Man, listen, and I'm not anti all the vaccine shit. I'm not. I'm not. Trust me. But what I will say,
I am,
and this may get me canceled, but it's weird that Fauci got pardoned and he has no crimes against
him.
I'm just saying.
Dude. Complete pardons, like why are we pardoning innocent people?
Why is everybody getting pardoned? Yeah,
dude, I'll take a pardon. Pardon. I got shit that someone might think of from back in the day that I could be worried about. Nothing like I'm pretty sure statute of limitations applies, but
I don't know if you guys have that there, but yeah.
No, we sold it. No, we sold it. We sold it. Yeah, we gave it to India they give it for Tim Hortons. Fuck.
Statute of limitations over here now.
Gone. Took it.
Damn.
Took it.
Damn.
No, fuck. Damn it. No, Top Woods was fun, man. But the reality is that it was 3 years ago, man.
The world was very sensitive.
You could not say things without repercussion. And yeah, we did have sponsors say and but but I'm just like, you know what? I'm too like at 37,
we did.
I'm too old for this shit. I don't care. It's like my opinion. It's just words, dude.
It's just my opinion.
It's just words, man. It's like how come things are so different outside of this small town of mine of 800 people?
I know, it's a really cool little town, man. I told you when we were walking, I was all fucking faded. I microdosed some shrooms at night, allegedly. And I was like, you live in American dream in Canada. It fucking smells like America. It feels like America. The energy.
That was Diesel.
America.
That was Diesel.
That was Diesel. It felt so comfortable, and I'm just like, man. And I was like, you don't lock the door, and you're like, what?
Don't be telling people that, Rob.
We're just flabbergasted.
I don't lock the door because there's a 12 gauge stuck to it. Don't worry about it.
Not everybody has a gun on them out here. It's like, no.
Nope.
No. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
It's different out here, man. It's different.
It's different, but I love it, dude. Like if it wasn't
we just say shit.
Cold,
we just talk. We just have conversations out here, man. Like I wouldn't know that people were so sensitive if it wasn't for the internet. Yeah, I wouldn't know that the world is fucked, dude, if it wasn't for the internet. Because like in my town, things are pretty good. Things are pretty good. Yeah, we just do it different. But anyways.
You do it good. You do it good and do it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Real.
It's fun. I'm gonna rip this.
Dream in Canada.
Are you breaking up Arello?
Maybe.
Okay. Not according to YouTube. You are writing in your notepad.
I was doing chakra meditation, balancing, cleansing.
Yep. Oh, that's what you were doing.
That was a guided meditation.
Good.
The new yoga.
Good. Take it away. Take it away. I'm gonna rip this. Give me a half second.
So
Don't even worry about it. You don't have to entertain him. No obligation. You got shit in your
I was
mouth.
gonna say, I do. Somebody in the chat said your filter takes away your terps. Right? Is that real? Because I hit it and it didn't take away the terps I was hitting. It tasted really fucking good.
Filter of what?
That's not like the mouth filter, the little thing there, little condom you got, the pink. It looks like a fleshlight kind of situation. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking. No, it's a butt plug.
It's a butt plug.
Yeah, you
take it out. Like, that's why it's dirty.
It's a little black on the end. It's a little black. I got a black ass. No big deal. This is P.
What does it do? It just blocks resin from getting on your mouth, right?
Yeah, that's it. You can put filters in the bottom of it. Like, you can put a filter in it. And yeah, okay. If you put a filter in it, I used them. Did I notice a difference? Not really. But I would argue that the filter, if you put it in, would affect the terps.
The filters are for pussies, though.
Yeah, I'm not a pussy. So I just use it as a butt plug.
Yeah, he's a good.
I'm not a pussy.
Like, I'm a strong, independent man.
Nasty. I just lost 3/4 of my chat. Imagine that. Whoops.
It's okay. They don't understand. Canada's different.
Yeah, it's different over here, man. It's just different. We multi-purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. So back to our genetic project here. You're growing one from Swank the Tank. You were saying it's the frosted lemonade, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, frosted lemonade.
The terps are nothing lemonade?
I called it like 7 different things.
So did I.
Throughout its life, but I settled on frosted lemonade because he corrected me at least 3 times.
So nothing about it is lemonade?
No. It's pepper, bro. It's
straight their name like
pepper.
That, dude.
Yeah, it's pepper.
I'm putting my foot down on that one when we get there. I'm like, brother.
That's shady.
No. Like, the Cherry Comic Sledgehammer is one that I'm going to have to get, man. Shout out to Welcome to the Grow Tent. But not shout out to him at the same time, brother. Because you named it Cherry something. And that had me thinking it was going to be some sweet. And then meanwhile, Chris is like, that was so gassy. And then he even says, like, one of the gassiest ones I had. I'm like, damn it, GT. You fucking catfished me. So then I bought the Magic Candy Mountain. Because I'm like, it won't have candy in it. Because he does that shit to psyop. He's playing with your head. No.
Sweet.
Because it's all candy.
It's all candy, baby.
So it's like,
got him. That's funny.
How to support my dogs, but fuck.
Of course. Yeah, of course. That's too funny, man. That's too funny. One thing that the genetics, it's pepper. I would be totally sold. I would totally be sold with like a frosted pepper.
Well, you only got one, right?
I only got one. I did have like 3, but I'm almost certain one of them was runt, and then the second one didn't grow the way I want.
Was runt.
Was runt. It die. Death.
One of them was runt. We went on Brazilian on me real quick. It's good. It's good. See, for me, man, the phenotypic process is fucking massive, and you seem to pull out the Charizards out of the Pokemon packs. And you don't even care. You're like, yep.
There it goes. It's gone. That's not a tribute that I'm actually very proud of. That's something that I.
Oh, these ones though, yeah.
Yeah. They all died, bro. They all died on our trip to Vegas. Fuck, dude. The thing is, the worst part is,
it, brother.
I will.
Pigeons 420 re-veg. That's a project in itself.
Yeah. If I showed it to anyone. The thing is right? This is not 2018. Yeah, it will be on Twitch on Sundays. You're right. You're not wrong.
And on X?
Yeah, on X.
Put it on my
content on X. Yep. Yeah. Put it on my X. No, it was a run. Dude, I'm this last grow, because you've been following along with me, is like this last grow was one of my best ones. But I learned a lot in regards to, I just operated that one tent. I didn't do anything with anything else. But I learned very quickly that I need to have watering figured out. I can't be taking my plants out. I can't be fucking, oh my God. So I've got to figure out how to get my system figured out so I can just not go in there.
Blue Bat, brother.
Yeah.
Chris has a video, Mr. Grow It, and I used his video.
No, I've seen it.
Good.
I've seen it.
It worked, and
Yep.
dude, I'm telling you, I'm tarded, brother. I'm dumb.
Yeah, me too.
These glasses are a fucking lie.
These are lies. These are specifically because I'm blind.
I've got weak eyes. That's all it is. It's not an accessory.
Yeah.
I'm dumb sometimes.
I got
and
weak
was able to
testicular
accomplish that
cords
shit
behind my
really good.
urethra.
That's what it is. I got cat eyes, they said.
Yup.
Look like kitty cat behind my eyes.
No,
So
the blue
it's like-
bats are huge.
Dude, they work good. I don't get any money by them. Real name, no gimmicks. I should, though. I should. No
That's
cap on God, skibbity. But I think Chris does because he
Real
does them
cap,
through Happy Hydro.
Yeah.
So check out his video, Mr. Groat's video. I'm telling you. I bought mine. I paid for him.
I'm gonna
Got
check
me
it
a
out.
Benjamin. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Because
I think you'd like it.
well, having a full flower tent is a full-time job. Then you incorporate another, 6, 8, 10. It's fucking
Well, then
full.
traveling every 2 months.
That does not help. That does not help at all. Because that's how all my clones died. It was frustrating,
Yeah.
in fact. Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, we say we're not gonna, but what we got planned, brother? I'm not gonna tell everybody the dates or when, but we have traveling.
Yeah, back to back
So
to
it's
back.
like, yeah.
Back to back to back. In fact. And holy fuck, are we going to Germany, dude?
I'm working on it. I know my people aren't fans of that
I
place.
forgot to mention this to my
I
manager.
can't get you to go to Spanibus, but you want to go to Germany?
We
I
want
don't.
to go to Spanibus, but there's a thing
I
going
don't.
on that we can't do it because of that. But I want to go very bad.
Oh, I know, but he won't fly over the ocean.
He's being a punani. I don't want to do it either.
I'm gonna
heard
drug
that-
him.
I know.
I told him
everyone
already.
does
I'm
it.
It
gonna
just
drug him.
the reason I bring this up is because Troy was very adamant, and he was
Troy
adamant.
told us we have to go. He was like, "Pigeons, you're fucking coming, brother, or we're done."
He's going to Germany this year, and I was just like,
Seriously.
"Holy fuck!" It's
He's
in
drafted.
like
He got
April.
drafted by basketball team.
Was it April?
Can we go
Tall Whites.
for my
That's the name of the
birthday?
team.
Oh, was it 420?
I don't know. Is it?
I doubt it.
Yeah, dude, it's German time.
In 420?
I forgot what it's called, man. It's a cool thing.
I don't know, but one of these years we need to go
It's a
somewhere
cool
cool for
thing.
my birthday.
Mrs. P is so
In
fucking.
my first
gay.
beer.
Yeah. The thing is like
It's something cool. What is it called? Berlin? Berlin? MJ
Yeah.
Berlin?
Oh, is that?
MJ Berlin.
It's in.
MJ Berlin. I had to just
June.
put it out there. Now I got it.
MJ Berlin. It's in
Berlin.
June. Oh, that's even better.
MJ Berlin, baby.
I don't want to
That's what
travel 3 months in a row.
it's called. June 14th to the 16th. Folk and son of folk. I hate flying even to Vegas, brother.
Yeah, June is a bit easier at the end of the month because we can't do the DGC because that's too early in the month. Well, we don't know that
By
this year.
2 weeks.
We don't know that this
Yeah,
year.
we do. We do.
We do know this. We already did this.
We do know.
Okay.
It falls right on the last weekend of hockey. Yes. Because I wanted to immediately. I remember we came back from after partying with them at the Growers Gauntlet, and I was like, let's book it. Those are my fucking brothers. We have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Damn it.
you were like, ooh, hockey dad. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, that's right.
Low
What?
key.
Hockey's done mid-May this year.
Oh,
Our last tournament is the second last weekend of May.
Oh,
I was just looking at it.
dude. Okay.
okay. So this is a possibility then.
This changes some things.
But Germany sounds really cool.
It
I-
does.
I'm afraid.
My grandma would be mad as fuck if I went to Germany.
No.
She holds grudges. She holds grudges. She's a grudge
She
holder.
holds grudges.
She didn't like my kid's mom's whole side of the family because of that shit.
For context, she's a Jew.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I just
For
wanted
those
to-
that don't
We're
know.
Jewish.
For those
My
that don't
family's
know,
Jewish.
she
Yes,
doesn't just
yes,
hate
if you know.
Germans. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, and I was like, Grandma, I've got a lot of German people I know that are great. If it's a weed's my motherfucking dog, and I want to pull up on them. So,
That's fair.
but
That's
so
fair.
we wouldn't tell her.
Yeah,
So we
that's
wouldn't
one
tell
of
her.
those things. We wouldn't
Nuts,
explain
you
it to
guys.
her. We wouldn't explain it to ma, to Grandma CLTV. Softa?
Softer.
Softa. We wouldn't explain it to Softa CLTV, but we may or may not go. It sounds like we could. It's very well sounds like it. I'm not overly thrilled about it, because I was like, that's a whole family trip. So yeah, I'm.
It's expensive. It's expensive.
Fuck.
He's like, yeah.
Oof.
He's like, maybe my boy could get drafted to a German team for a weekend.
Yeah, he could beat Germany.
They need a goalie
Jesus.
for the weekend.
Oh my God! Did you know? Okay, so for the record, as your kids are getting just a little bit older, grade 8 is the time for them to start looking at college. 13, dude. 13.
I was looking at instead of buying bud, I was looking at selling bud. I thought that was the move. I said, I'm a grown man now. At 13, I didn't get my bar
Right?
mitzvah.
Us?
But technically I'm a man, so it's time.
I was so lost at 13. I had nowhere, and to think, we literally maybe TMI. Fucking Mrs. P and I sat down with his recruiting officer today, and
recruiting officers go to the military.
Recruiting agent?
coach.
That sounds a lot better.
That's better.
That's
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah. That's better. Less Korea involved.
Yeah.
But 13. I didn't even know that. So things to keep in mind.
Cool though. He might be looking at Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State is an option, dude.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
dude.
it's like a legitimate. Probably not. But
well, no, he said,
it is Lansing.
Yeah,
well, that's where
said,
Michigan State is.
He said the top ones were
the coolest shit ever.
What? Michigan, Minnesota.
All the M's.
Say? Yeah, Michigan, Minnesota, Massachusetts, and something else.
There's only 7.
Montana.
There's only 7 colleges in United States that offer Division I entrance for players without doing the juniors first.
Yes,
that'd be amazing.
There's as a hockey family in Canada, we're the things we have to navigate and figure out and stuff. It's it's legit. It's for real. And the guy was very enthusiastic.
Dude, I watched those children getting drafted in the hockey shit, dude.
Yeah.
In Vegas, those were babies.
Dude, they are children. Man.
I was like, who are these kids? They're
yeah.
16 and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
We're 3 years out.
Crazy.
We're 3 years out from that.
And dude, you're right around the corner, man. You are right around the corner, dude. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it.
Don't remind me.
You know what? Let's get up. Forget about family. It's a horrible time to think about family. Dude, let's talk about gambling and crypto
tonight.
Let's talk gambling and crypto, dude. Gambling and crypto.
I got rugged tonight multiple times. So
you're ready. You're ready. I know you've been in the trenches. You've been trying to get me in there, but I want to hone this in. Lately, I've been thinking, what is the relation, or is there a relation? So let me give you some context before I even give any statement.
Right.
I know you've been in the trenches. You've been in the trenches trying to figure out trying to figure out crypto. And one day you're gonna figure it out, Buckaroo.
YouTube.
Keep fighting. You've been in the trenches of crypto, and you've been doing your thing. And I'm curious if there's ever gonna be like a crossover between cannabis and crypto. Do you think that there's gonna be
if they don't legalize
something?
it? Yes.
If they don't legalize it, then yes.
Yes. Motherfuckers should be accepting crypto, because then you would get the crypto. It's on blockchain, right? Yes, you have to claim your transactions, but all you got to do is claim once you cash out. So you change it from that initial currency. Boom, hit my tray. Swap it into a stable coin that you can have, and you cash it out on your own. That's how we buy. That's the whole shit with Silk Road and all that shit. And I'm not saying I'm for it or against it, but it's to bypass the bullshit banking, bro. Because these companies have to have tons of cash on hand, or they got to pay just ridiculous inflated prices for payment processors that are they're essentially on-site debit cards. So you do a debit transaction, and so you'll pay like a $3-4 fee on top of that, and then you got to spend X amount, like a minimum of $50 half the time. Or they got the ATM there that'll cost you fucking $5 to $6 each time you use it. So it's not only can the dispensary benefit, but the consumer can benefit. And I think there is Cannacoin Black Forest Gardens. There is ones like that, but they are Polka Dot's another one, but they don't take off because they're not as stable. You know what I'm saying? People use them to make money, and they rug them, meaning they'll get a bunch up and they'll sell it all real quick instead of using the utility, which is the value of exchanging it between each other. So it's it's a temporary way. It's a patch to get through the headaches of legalization.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. I know that. Okay, you know what? I didn't even think about using Bitcoin. Did I or did I not? It's a late night and I've been drinking, but it makes sense to
but
use.
Chef Riz was on his shit. He sees. He's probably XRP or a Hedera guy. You know.
I don't know who that is, but the thing is I'm irrelevant to the thing. It's like I've never had money, ever. And so over the course of like the last couple of years, I've like saved a little bit of money, and I have a little bit of money now, and it's like I'm not afraid as I was. You know, it's funny, bro. It's like living in a lifestyle where I'm not constantly worried about where my next meal and where shelter is going to be is an incredible feeling. And even though I'm like almost, how long have we been together, babe? 17?
17 years.
17 years. I'm 17 years removed from that. But yet it's like that life of like survival and that life of like not knowing where tomorrow is going to be is so nice. And so needless to say, it's nice having some money. It's nice having a little bit of storage.
To be able to do what we do and to be able to live the lifestyle we do, to play video games on a fucking May as well Monday with Chris.
Yeah,
it's
huge.
a blessing,
it's
brother.
absolutely
to be able
huge.
to travel and do the business shit we do is like, holy fuck.
And despite what it looks, it doesn't make.
You gotta make money with your money, dog.
You gotta make money with your money. So here where I'm at is like is that I want to get into it. I want to get into it, but it's like I'm just a little slow. But I know that I want to, and I know that there's a future in crypto. Or
you know what they call day trading crypto coins? You said you're a little slow. They say it's day trading for retards. So if you're a little slow, my brother.
Yes, go on.
The word means slow.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's slow
to
day
retard.
Trading.
Yeah.
All it is you got it, brother. You
yeah,
can do
it's slow.
You can do it, brother. You don't gotta do the day trading Trent shit like me and the boys do in Discord.
No,
That's
you know what? It's
shit.
more so. It's more so. My question is, it's not though that I can't get into it. I know that I'm gonna get into it. That's not it. That's not it. So we'll get past that. I know I'm gonna get into it. The question is like, do I think that there's gonna be an involvement between cannabis and crypto? You are you just mentioned that because it's illegal, using a non-regulated currency seems to be the most efficient way of paying for it. That makes sense.
Allegedly.
But like, and then you also mentioned using it as like a service. So say as like a token, if you will, so that you would like use it on a get something on like a service website, and then use it as like a currency.
Dude,
there.
I've got Scoutly is a prime example. It's an AI bet software, right? It's software, so essentially, and that's what I was telling you about before.
Yep.
People are sleeping on it, but I'm gonna shill it.
Yep.
It's essentially software that you can use for like, you know, I'll bet on the fights and shit. Like this, you can have a program GPT through essentially.
You can just
ChatGPT.
say AI if you want.
AI.
If you
right.
wanted to.
So
if you
AI.
wanted to just keep it. If you didn't want to shill it to the people.
All right.
It's up to you.
AI.
No, I'm just saying. It's up to you. No, I didn't want. I didn't know. I honestly.
You got it. How they do it is it's not like the coin has the value as much, right? It's the fact that you have to have the coin to access the software. So it's they coin gate essentially, and they'll make it so like, let's say if you wanted to go on to Fortnite, right? Prime example. Fortnite's missing out. V-Bucks that I spend on my fucking kids all the time. Boom. Where are they? Right next to me. Boom. Right? Yeah.
Legend. That's
if
a
these
good
little
dad.
sons of bitches could be held and increase and decrease in value, correct? Right? Then it would have so much more value overall. But you can only buy the money by exchanging the dollar for a fucking V-Buck or a Mine Coin or a Robux or whatever the bullshit is. It's a similar thing. So it's like if there was a way like that, like again, a can of coin, so all the dispensaries were able to take it and all the breeders and all the people were able to take this coin and exchange this and they all agreed upon it. It's like a handshake agreement. But that's where if the SEC's not involved, then the regulations become screwy and people could screw you over easily at any point. But if that was a thing, it would be almost a barter system where if I can't give you my dollar because it's illegal in my state, I'm going to exchange my cryptocurrency with you. And with that, you're going to barter with me by giving me XYZ product. And that's where a lot of like the Silk Road process came, is where they were using Bitcoin to exchange that. Where yes, it was legal, but he did get pardoned.
And all rich. Pardoned. That's
yes.
right. Pardoned. And that was
now
supposed to be a
rich.
story today, but I talked too fucking much.
But that's a prime example though of how it can be used, and it could be the same thing for genetics. If like all breeders were like, hey, I'll take this coin to do it because I live in Germany or I live in fucking Spain, I live in Michigan, Canada, wherever, and the value of that coin remains the same here. The dollar exchange doesn't change. So if I give you $1, you're getting more than $1, but you're not if I'm giving you this coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
The CIA made all of it, and it's a one world currency, and it's crazy. But that's another story.
Dude, I never even heard that. So you're telling me, whoa. You're telling me the CIA?
I think the CIA is Satoshi, made Bitcoin, and this is a one world currency.
CIA is Satoshi?
I think they are.
It's clever. And the thing is like I'm in a position to believe that. Nah, fuck it. That's fine. Dude, I used to smoke smoke some crazy drugs, bro. I used to been down some crazy rabbit holes. There's nothing for me. So it's like the thing is for me is like the thing that I'm afraid of is that crypto and influencers have such a bad fucking reputation that it's like I really don't want to it's not that I don't want to it's not that I don't want to offend or in anything. It's just that I don't know enough.
It's a scam, but they won't now because the president, he's not talking about it today, but he put a coin out. Him and his wife put coins out that one went to $70 billion. Yeah. One went to I think 14 billion. They both put them out, acknowledged this shit, right? And then the kid's like, look what we did, and they put it on fucking pump fund, like a trench ghetto. Fucking, the little kids,
okay,
like, it's crazy, bro.
Maybe that's dumb, or maybe that's genius. I don't know.
And his company's buying and investing in this shit. Like even if it's internet fake money, it's like, bro, these motherfuckers believe in it, and I've never seen the gold that the Federal Reserve has. So I'm believing that just as much as I am the value of this digital currency. But the difference is you got to take your profits off the top. You can't let it just sit in there and be like, I'm crypto rich. Yeah. Because then you'd be like, fuck, dude, like I'm broke because the shit crashed or I got hacked.
I don't know enough where it's like let's just hypothetical. Let's hypothetical here. Okay?
Hype it.
Let's say you and I, we'll leave Chris out of this. Let's say Top you Buds and coin. I come up with a Top Buds coin.
And rug the community.
Nope. Not right away.
That's the thing that's what Jake Paul's done it.
I know. Everyone's done it. So this is where I wanted to finish my point. So it's like if you and I came up with a rug, what would we all of a sudden become degenerates because we did it? Not because we were 100%. Rug pulled, but because we did it. We're degenerates.
It looked at like a scam.
No matter what.
Right away.
Yeah.
Yep. Unless you had utility tied to it.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do it.
It wasn't. It's like, hey, here's a perk. Also, you could have this. Be like,
okay. So you talked about
this is a full.
So okay, so let's say you and I came up with a magazine, because I want to really hypothetical this, and you get this magazine based on the coin, right? So we have like a Top Bud community, because this is what Haktua was supposed to be.
Yeah, but she rugged
Right. Okay, so
here's my hypothetical, bro.
Go ahead. I haven't finished, but go ahead.
All right. I'm going to add to it. If we had this coin and the only way to access this website was by having some coin.
Say that again?
The only way to access the website, the community, is by having some of the coin, by owning some of the coin.
Yes, okay.
So that would be the utility process where to get into this private exclusive area, you have to have this coin where they essentially coin gate the process. And so like that's where there could be value in it, but it's got to be something where there's more people who acknowledge this coin than just the sub community. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if the dispensary picked up on it,
for sure,
that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
My thing is like that's why I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole in that sense, because it's gotta be done with 100% utility.
Okay,
where
well,
it's like,
first
even
of
if there's
all,
no value in the coin, there's value in the use of the coin.
I'm gonna hypothetical you on your hypothetical on my hypothetical. This is a hypothetical.
Hype it.
I'm starting a coin. It's a utility coin. It is a flock coin, because I ain't fucking rug pulling anybody. I got to admit,
because I ain't doing it.
Because
you could lock. The thing is you could lock the coins. So there's an ability where you as the dev can lock the coins for X amount of time behind an area.
Oh,
but the issue is people are dirty. Like the whole Trump crew, they had insiders, so they sent portions of the coins to people, right? and then they sold. Well, they were like, we're gonna hold it. We're gonna hold it.
Okay, I get that.
Sold on all
Okay,
the people.
yep. I understand. Okay,
So it's dirty
and I
right
understand that. I understand. But okay, in my hypothetical, because I don't want a fucking rug pull. I want this to succeed. I want something that's going to be sustainable. Why? Because like I want to avoid poverty.
Models.
I want to avoid poverty, and I want something that exists. And how does something exist? It has to have a reputation of purity. It has to have a reputation of trust and all those things that I can keep spouting that are going to sound fake because it's like I'm yelling. This is what somebody says when they start a coin. I'm trustworthy. I am believable. So, anyways, I'm hypothetical.
The thing is, like, no, but if it was like this,
but if it works, how does
cheaper.
How does a guy like me make money though? Because it's like I want this to work, but I want to make money. I want my people to make money. I want the flock to make money. The people that believe in
else's coin. Because if you make it,
I see what you're saying.
You're immediately a piece of shit within the community.
You're right.
Because then it's like, oh,
you're
what
right.
the fuck, dude?
Yep.
You
can't
made
do
money?
that. Yeah.
And that's the tough part, and that's why they have insider wallets.
But I want
that
the
they'll give it
flock
to.
to make money. I want like people. Okay. Man, I don't. Clearly, you're like fucking listen to this guy. So it's like.
Well, no, but you could buy it as the dev after it goes up. You could lock coins in, right? And then you buy additional coin. Dev buys more as it's already going up. So you're buying with the people. You didn't just get them for your pocket.
Right.
The way I think it could be valuable is other people adopted this same shit. So they were like, for example, we worked with Dude Grows, hypothetical. These are my dogs.
Yeah, of course. These are all hypothetical.
And we worked with ICANN THC, and we all said, hey, we have a singular coin that you can use, and you can get our products at a cheaper rate using the coin on the website. Or you could be like a Pokemon card holder and just hold that bitch in your pocket. And it could potentially gain value as more and more people have it because there's so much liquidity and there's so many coins. So it's like if the dev isn't selling off the coins and acting like a piece of shit and people aren't buying it and selling it and dropping out the value,
which won't
the
happen.
value maintains what it is on the website. So it's like if it
a
takes
utility,
150
it has to.
coins
You're saying
to buy the product, then it's always 150 coins.
I understand.
Even if the dollar value goes down, so
Now,
we could potentially lose money on our end because of it.
Okay. Now that doesn't sound great off the hop.
It doesn't sound great. That's what I'm saying. I've thought it deep.
But okay, and this is good. This is good because this is why I want to talk to you about it because it's like I do see a future in this, and I want to get involved, and I want to do it, and I'm thinking hypothetical because I want it to be in a vacuum where it's like okay, because I know in my hardest heart I ain't fucking anyone. I'm not rug pulling. I want purity. I want longevity. I want it so that I make money. But so do all the people that believed in my fucking flock coin, right? Or Top Buds coin. Let's stay with the Top Buds coin. So it's like those are there's 200 people in the chat, 180 people. Those people believed in us, and I'd say out of 100,000, I've got about 10,000 people that believe in me. That are like yes. It's like yes, fucking Top Buds coin. How? Is there do you see a way where it's like cannabis utility? Because that's what you're saying is there has to be another value. But I'm gonna Colorado avocado with that and say that, and say that well fuck your utility because I'm gonna I'm shutting down topbuds.com and you can't buy shit.
So the value of those coins vanish.
Gone. So everybody loses money except for me because we pulled out, right?
Exactly, and that's where I don't like it, and that's how for me. I'm out.
So I devil avocado that, but in our hypothetical, I'm not doing that.
No, but here's how I look at it: is if everyone else adopted it. So if all of it, let's say all of us who are breeders right now, who are trying to dabble in breeding, right? I'm not gonna give myself the breeder title because I'm a hobbyist at best.
Sure,
but
of course.
Let's say we're all having our own genetics, and then we all have a singular coin that can purchase these genetics. So it's a marketplace.
Yes. Okay.
That would be different.
Yes.
But the problem is if it's tied to one brand, it's too easy for that brand to fall and everyone's value to drop. And that's where, for me, I don't like it. Because there's been a lot of situations like that where they do that it's a bartering system. So it's like they don't want to have to use the dollar because that dollar doesn't exchange the same way. So it doesn't add up in the sense of value for the person buying that dollar. It only does for the person selling the dollar. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, in our case, it's like it's too early in the masses understanding crypto, because for me, I thought it was scam shit until 2 years ago.
Of course.
So I'm sitting locked
and
up
I'm
in my
still on the
condo
fence.
like,
2 years later, I'm still on the fence. Yeah, I
That's
get
what
it.
it is.
I get it.
And so
But
it's a thing where the masses of people look at it like this is just scam shit, and then they see Hawk Tuah girl does this, they see Trump does this, they see that, and that's the things that get to the masses of media.
Yep.
So then they're like, oh, these are fucking scams, and it's like, yeah, if it doesn't have a brand that ties to it properly and has some like a community that fucking is so bullish and believes in it like crazy, then it's just like Tim Michael saying, it's a gamble.
I get
It's
it.
such a gamble.
Okay.
It's so tough.
That's good to know. No, that's good to know because I'm telling you right now, I am going to get into it because
Good. Join us in the trenches, brother. You see me in there sharing screens.
I'm afraid, but
come join us.
But the thing is, it's like I just want to know what I'm getting into because I'm going to get into it with 100% with the expectation of like growing it into something to be huge, because like obviously there's coins like Bitcoin.
But you got to get into it knowing that you're paying for tuition. AKA you're losing money for a while.
Oh, I get it. Oh, yeah. That's gambling.
And you're like,
that's no. That's not the point.
And it's gone.
That's not the point. That's not what I'm looking for. It's like I want to build something for the community. Can I not build something that where it's like I'm not the only one that makes money. We all make money.
That's the thing is you can't. It's just like a utopia.
Right.
If you could hope that everybody's good, because if somebody buys up more percentage of that coin than anybody else, they could tank it because they're like, oh my god, the chart's sinking just because one dude clipped all his profits.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so it's as easy as literally somebody buys 10% of the coin because they got the bag.
It's that
Bro,
easy.
It's player versus player, man. It's something where as content creators, I don't want to touch yet until there's a direct, tight utility where it's like, hey, this is on this thing, and the only way to do it is normalized, and everybody.
And the only way, and that thing. That thing, topbuds.com, which does not exist for the record, does not exist.
This is all hypothetical.
It's all hypothetical.
Talking in the metaverse.
So that thing has to be like an Apple store, where it's like not only is it just at topbuds.com, it has to have a reputation, it has to be tried, tested, true, used by the masses.
Well, and not just that, it's like the
unbreakable.
Only way to, just like my example of Fortnite, the only way to buy those skins is with V-Bucks. You know what I'm saying? So if the
V-Buck was the V-Buck was the crypto.
V-Buck is the crypto.
I get it.
The difference is V-Bucks remain the same value the whole fucking time. They never change. But if they increase because there's only 10 billion fucking V-Bucks total, so they have to exchange in the economy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like the real dollar. So if there's only a billion coins, then a billion coins gain and lose value based on the demand for them and the scarcity of it. So in this case, it's really just like, it's a fucking gamble. You got to be sitting at this shit and just staring at it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Just click. Otherwise, it's like literally somebody's trying to scam you on the other fucking side. They literally are, because they're trying to use you as liquidity. So they want you to put in money. So then it goes up and like, boom, my dollar just increased and I'm selling. And it just hurts the heart. It's like
gambling. It's literally gambling.
It's 100% gambling. 100%, the only difference is when you got somebody who's behind it, who's then marketing the coin, who's using it for value, so people keep buying it. But no matter what, it's like, it's the same thing as getting into stocks. If that company isn't performing and delivering, that stock, the shares that you have, lose value. So they have to be ever evolving and doing more. So if the coin is connected to a software, for example, like if Adobe had an Adobe coin, so if you wanted to buy all their plugins and all their shit, you needed Adobe coin. But it also could increase value because I could just buy it and I don't use Adobe, but I see it's worth $1.50.
Of course.
So I'm about to buy that bitch.
Of course.
It's the same concept. And the problem is
I get it. Because you want to attract from the outside.
Fuck your utility. I'm selling this bag. And it's tough, man. But I think the utility is that people are sleeping on. It's all these dumbass little Fortnite kids just ruining it for people. If they realize that there is longevity to valuable coins, we don't need 100 million coins. You know what I'm saying? We need some that, like, if Cannabis had some that we could use that was recognized by all cannabis brands and it was recognized by the government even. They're saying, hey, you guys can't use our US dollar because it's federally illegal, but if your state recognizes this dollar, you guys can exchange it over state lines or country lines. That would be massive. But unfortunately, you can't trust your neighbor next door these days because they're going to be like, I'm going to rug pull. And they take that money. And it's I couldn't believe I invested in that Trump shit and I was up like crazy. I was telling you boys about it.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, boys, it's at $8 billion. And I'm like, oh my God, boys, it's $30 billion now. Oh my God. I was like, then they rugged. It sunk. But it's because his insiders that he gave the money to were like, holy shit, it's up here. And they made millions and millions of dollars. Trump said it was popcorn. or it was peanuts.
It could have gone so much higher. It could have gone so much higher.
Yeah, GT and Tim Michaels has a good point. I think so. I've been saying this for a while. Like that game that we play off the grid.
Off the grid.
Right. They're talking about using that type of concept too, where like let's say you unlock a skin, right, but you don't like that one, so you could put it on the marketplace and you could sell it. But that coin has value outside of the game too, so people hold on to that and it increases the value of it, so you can sell it and make money off it too. And I think GTA, since they got 5M locked in, they're gonna do RP style shit, and to buy the stuff, you got to go on their
100%.
marketplace and use their coins.
Of course.
And Rockstar's gonna make a fucking $1 trillion, bro. Like
easily.
It's crazy. I think
Why
that's gonna be
wouldn't
the
they?
move.
Why
They're gonna
wouldn't
do
they?
V-Bucks that are meme coins.
Yep.
On Ethereum or Solana.
Easily.
Or probably XRP. It's probably gonna be XRP.
XRP and grab it. Grab it ASAP. Watch it drop, man. Watch it drop. You're totally right. Dude, you and I could talk for hours, my friend.
1208.
Hours. We could talk for hours, man. And I was always talking about increasing the length of this show because
It's not about size.
It's not. It's above average, nonetheless. It's above
Quality.
average. That's right. Mr. ROB CLTV, thank you so much. You've been talking about a show, a new series. Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to discuss real quick? Give a shout out to?
Yes, been trying to work on it, but the weather has not been nice. We've had day 4 on snow days. But working on a new show, Dank Destinations, with Mr. Trey Strong's. Going to be going to different locations, finding the best bud around, whether it be a dispo or somebody we know, and best food and best things to do. Kind of like a tour show, like a tourism. Check things out, see different things. But yeah, I'm excited for it, man. Something different. Something like an Anthony Bourdain gets real baked and goes and fucking does other shit, brings weed with him.
Fucking A, man. I am stoked about that. And that's what I'm talking about lifting up the next level of content around here, because episodes, series, let's go. I'm all about it, man. And especially when it comes to like reviewing some shit, because trying to get the word on what's the what and what's the not. What's the hot and what's the not? Thank you. I'm illiterate. Is what people want.
Can't read.
They want to watch. Write. They want to hear that shit. So good stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I got
awesome.
the idea initially. So it wasn't completely the same, but Drew is sharing actually planted that on X. He mentioned, he was like, dude, man, I don't know why there's nobody in your country who does
more
like dispensary reviews and shit like that. I was like, dude, I fucking hate dispos, but it's like being a chef who's going into people's restaurants, you know what I'm saying? Like Gordon Ramsay is like, man, I do this shit professionally. I'm gonna come in here and check out your shit and see if it hits the criteria.
Dude, I totally agree. It's great content, and it gives you a reason to smoke some quality herb and have a good conversation with a friend.
Expensive episodes, so I need to find a sponsor. Looking to sponsor a show. Big destination, bro. Bars.
Hit it up. Mr. ROB CLTV, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for stopping by. Being in one of the dude, you're the most, as she throws over the peace signs from over the computer. You're the
you
most.
Can see me, right?
You're the most.
I'm your Brandon Schaub, brother.
Viewed, yeah, guest on the show, man. I love it, baby.
Of weed.
That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Except you're bigger than me. That's that's weird how that works.
Taller than fucking Joe.
Maybe he is. Oh, he is. No, he definitely is. He definitely is. Rob, thank you so much for being here. You're an absolute legend. I appreciate your face. Make sure everybody goes and checks you out. Stashblend.com. That's where you can check out Mr. ROBCL TV. Appreciate you, bro. Until next time.
Everybody. Peace.
Thanks, man. Have a good night. That's my guy. That is my guy. Thank you so much for being here, Rob. Not only is he a co-worker of mine, dude's a friend of mine. We spend a lot of time together hashing out some of the craziest plans, and my content, if as it is right now, wouldn't be what it is if I didn't meet Rob many years ago, because him and Chris both create a fire under me that just creates a desire to make the best content that I can and be the best version of myself, because that's what they're doing. And I know that they both look inward towards each other and us for that same motivation. So shout out to my boys over at FTS, Mr. ROB CLTV and Mr. Grow It. And Rob, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you diving into the crypto, because, as I said, crypto is something that I will get into. I don't want to miss out on this. I don't want to miss out. And I am not trying to get rich quick, because that's not I got zero interest in that. I don't have a lot of money. We have struggles where struggles are, but it's like I feel good. I feel good. I feel lovely, and I don't worry about where food's coming from anymore, which is a huge deal for me. And I don't want to ruin that. And I want to have longevity, and more importantly, I have a name that I represent. I have a son and a family, and I know that this all just is just words that people on the internet say, but it's like I want to get involved in this, and I want to make it so that the people that believe in the mission that I have can also make money from this. So how can I make that possible? I don't know. Rob said it. It's a utopia. So maybe it's a dream of a dreamer's dream. But I'll tell you, man, as a 37-year-old recovering drug addict, lost, homeless, fucking loser, it's like, man, anything can happen. It's like I've got a beautiful family. I make a living creating weed content on the internet. It's like dreams come true. Goals are achievable. Think outside the box. Believe in those that believe in you. And surround yourself in people that are going to motivate you to be the best that you can, because man, anything is possible. And I'm telling you, if I can help reward the people that have believed in me for all these years, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. And it's like when I watch when I watch the Hawk Tua girl, and it's like she had it. She had a community that believed in her. And she blew it. She fucking blew it. And it's like, well, then that's not me. So anyways, that is what it is. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Mrs. P for the win. FTW. Woo! Killed it.
Thanks, guys.
Did a great job. You guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are live on From the Stash tomorrow, I believe. Double show, back to back, I think. ACI's got us live in the evening, but maybe not. But we're definitely live tomorrow afternoon on From the Stash, I think. So tune in for that. But that's all I got tonight. Let's should we hit him with a little bit of Florist Sprout, maybe, before we end? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for being a part of this community, for supporting me. As I mentioned at the top of the show, my patrons are the reason I'm here. You, for commenting, are the reason I'm here. We are crowd-funded and dream-driven. So if you feel like you can support, head on over to patreon.com/pigeons420. My patrons are absolute legends for thinking that I can do things. So thank you. If you think that you can help the show in any way, form, or fashion, Patreon's the way to go. You can help there, or you can just head on over to Twitch, and come join in on my live show. There's many ways to support there as well every single night at twitch.tv/pigeons420. Thanks again to Rob for showing up. Thank you for being the legend that you are in the chat, for supporting me and chatting and just being here. If you haven't already, just one more reminder, hit that like button. I'll see you tomorrow night on Twitch. Okay? Have a great night, guys. I'm out. Peace. Thanks, Mrs. P.
No problem.
Hi, my name is Flora Sprout. You want some? This is Stash Blend. My mama always said Stash Blend is like a bag of magic. You just never know how your plants is gonna thrive.
My plants hurt.
I know the feeling. I used to have plants that struggled too. But then I found this. Stash Blend. It's a special mix of nutrients that helps your plants grow strong and healthy. It's got all the good stuff. Beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, humic acid, and so much more. You just gotta sprinkle it inside your watering can and add it to your plants. It's that easy. Hey, give some a try. Your plants will feel better. Trust me. It's like magic, and it can go a long way. I remember my first plant. Boy, it struggled. But then I added a little stash blend, and it worked really good. My plants were so happy. I just went to stashblend.com and I ordered it, and it showed up, and I used it right away. Order your stash blend today.
Diamonds so pearls, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.